the baby by its name. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei besamim. Oh, smell! What a beautiful thing. This is a hadassim.
The neshama went up through the nose, right?
ויפח באפיו נשמת חיים. The Gemara says in ברכות, איזהו דבר שהנשמה נהנית ממנו זה הריח. הנשמה enjoys the smell. נשמת שבתאי בן ברוך. DB at his yard side is tomorrow night Shabsi, Koyan. Zat Hashem, people will go to his cover. I told you if they need a minion. He was the year that lived in Tzfat, in that house over there. It's Ari 16. When I was a kid, I grew up right here on this block. There was nothing here, nothing. A couple of old people living here, no buildings, no nothing, no fixing, no cars, wild boars, cows at night. So at 8, it was like silence. Car passed once in a while. Going after that Ari. The most busy day in Rehov Ari was Hey Av. Hey Av, the yard side of the Ari. We used to sleep on the porch as a kid, the whole summer. The outside the air is amazing. We used to sleep on this porch right above the street and watch all the cars go down. And balagan. It was good. All night.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Good days. Holy days. Me?
Mitch and I was here last.
What?
The Ari's yard side.
Yeah, all of Am Yisrael. The Ari is it's a neshama that Hashem sends once. Imagine that Ari HaKadosh wasn't just a level that a person reaches. His father was a tremendous tzaddik. Oh, Binyamin, I just asked about you. Shalom Aleichem. Bring the computer, come. You don't need, the truth is, you could upload this later. Come, join us, come.
You know what Shlomo's yard side?
Shlomo's yard side, I believe, is
Tonight?
Tetzayin or Yudzayin in Cheshvan. There's a couple of big yard sites. There's the Saba, Nanach. Rav Shach, Rosh Hashiva of Panovich. I was at his Levaya. I remember on Friday, B'nai Brak. Wow. I saw him a couple of times. And I learned in B'nai Brak when I was very young. I saw Shach a couple of times. Someone speaking in Panovich. Big, interesting days.
How old were you?
He was Nifter.
When you saw him?
Oh, I saw him was 13,
No,
14.
I give you the login. You can upload.
Beginning of my yeshiva days. Slabodka.
So you lived in Bnei Brak for like high school, basically?
I lasted there 6 months. We both decided that it was better that. Then I went to a different, very nice yeshiva called Yesodot. It's a Litvish yeshiva. Till today, I'm very, very close with the mashgiach there. I'm very close. No, it's in a moshav. It's on a farm. I was there for a while, and then journey. Okay, let's learn Torah. Petach HaOel. So learning Avraham Avinu is sitting. Petach HaOel Kechom Hayom. Petach HaOel, what does it mean that he's singing the Petach HaOel? What's the difference to me that I have to know the entrance of the tent? Huh? Why should I? Entrance of the tent. If he was sitting in the back of the tent, my high. Ela, what does it mean? Petach HaOel. Petach Tov Patachta L'Avrim V'Shavim. Petach Tov Patachta L'Girim. You opened the Petach, an opening. Avraham Avinu is the beginning of Olam HaTikun. So Avraham Avinu is Olam HaTov. It's neshamas that weren't able to be nigbal, to take any type of order, of any type of shape. Just raw, me, now. Avraham Avinu is Olam HaTikun, to listen, there's a king. Avraham Avinu was the first one that called Hashem Adonai. Adon, Yesh Adon, as a master to the world. He was searching. Who's this star and this system and this Indian and this thing? Who's creating everything? Everything is one. And the Zohar says that he went from land to land. Every land he understood all the stars and all the malachim and everything. When he got to Eretz Yisrael, he couldn't understand what's this koyach. Because he knew everything already. Hashem told him, Ani Ba'al Bira. Hashem told him. Hello. Hashem himself. Said he opened a way for everyone in the world, for all the Gerim. שאילולא את לא בראתי שמיים וארץ. שנאמר וימתכם לקהל השבט. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't create the world. Hashem tells Avraham Avinu. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't create the sun. שאמר להשם ושם אוהל בהם. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't create the moon. לא בראתי את הירח שנאמר לא יהיה ירח ולא יהי. אמר רבי לוי לעתיד לבוא. רבי לוי says, where's Levi? Levi's painting. Levi's gonna watch a shir later. Levi, we missed you.
He's painting, you said?
Yeah, he's painting.
Yeah, Levi's a good
No way. He's
Yeah, he's a really good painter. Actually.
Nice.
Really good.
Tzfas. Tzfas, the segula of Tzfas is ruach. That means that there's esh ruach mayim afad is in the kodesh. It's a ruach kodesh. There's the siyata dishmaya, there's the assistance of tzaddikim and all kinds of ashpaot here. The very good ruach. Lev tahor ba'ali Elohim ve'ruach nachon chadash b'kirbi. Tzfat is the ruach. There's a very good ruach to heal, for art, for opening, for expression, for music, forgiveness. I want to tell you that one of the inyanim in Am Yisrael is that Am Yisrael always forgive. No matter what someone did to you, obviously if it's not chas v'shalom still happening, it's still dangerous, I'm not talking about it, but something that happened, it was, This is the nature of Am Yisrael. What was that?
Like,
Besides Amalek, no, Amalek timchet zecher Amalek, of mitzvah d'oraita to cut off. Amalek symbolizes the orla. Of course, that's where a person has to channel his cruelty. Everyone has natural cruelty. If a person doesn't channel the cruelty towards our place, they're cruel in the wrong
How do you channel?
place. By being cruel in the right, prescribed way. Towards what the Borei Olam says, hating Amalek. Where's your love? Same thing with your love. If your love is in the wrong place, where's your love? Where are you directing your love? Towards Am Yisrael, towards Hashem Barach, towards falling in love with the truth, or towards small love, towards baby love, towards just Olam Hazeh love, food love, sushi love, girl love, iPhone love, movie love, Chveisvos love. Huh? אמר בלוי לעתיד לבוא אברהם יושב על פתח גיהנום. אברהם אבינו sits at the entrance of גיהנום, ואינו מניח אדם ההוא לישראל לרד לתוכה. He doesn't let a person that has a ברית מילה. No. You're not going into גיהנום. You ברית מילה, no גיהנום. ואותן שחטאו יותר מדי, what about those that sin too much? מה עושה להם? מעביר את העולם מעל גבי תינוקות שמתו. He removes the עורלה שמתו עד שלא מלו. ונותנה עלינו מורידן לגיהנום עד הדקטיב שלח ידיו ושלמה וחילל בריתו. טיפ סוגייו. The sort of Rahman al-Islam, we should never hear this of babies that die at a young age. Very, very deep secrets in these inyanim. The Zohar Mishpatim, Samar Mishpatim. Sometimes this is the halakha is that even if it's till 30 days you bury a child, you give him a brit milah.
Say that again.
Even if there's a chas v'shalom, a child that dies, a baby that dies, till 30 days. So till 30 days, a child is, if he couldn't get a brit milah for whatever reason, if he dies without a brit milah, you give him a brit milah.
Even he's dead. I heard it. I heard this just this morning. You're talking about this.
This is the halakha. We should never hear this in Am Yisrael. We should never hear these things. But these is deep sodot of Gilgulim, what we see here in the Midrash. That these people that sin Yoter Midai, is what does this mean? This is from the deep Rachmanut of Hashem and the Sod of Gilgulim, of the Tzaddikim. You see here that Avraham Avinu standing, the Tzaddikim, they get involved in awakening Rachmanut and Am Yisrael, not to fall into the dinim of Gehenom. Gehenom is the tough dinim, Chas v'shalom, the severe dinim of the Avirot, of the effects of the Chata'im, the Olamot. So these babies, they connect to these neshamas and they help them go up. Deep side this. To see this, I'm sure there's in Shara Gilgulim you have to see, but not now. כחום היום, 4 שעות ו5 שעות, ב6 שעות. When it's כחום היום, Avraham Avinu is sitting כחום היום. חום היום is just Gehenom, the heat of the day. Yom is a midah of chom. כחום היום. כחום היום. חכם היום.
Pretty hot around midday.
6 hour, 5th hour. 6 hours. 6 hours is the toughest, the strongest. בשעה שאין לבריות צל תחתיו, at the time there's no shadow. That's midday when the sun is directly above your head. I was once in Sinai, and a Bedouin guy, no watch. I would see we were there for a couple of days, so I would see him checking the time. He stands, he sees the shade of his body, and he knows there's no shade. It's 12. So the shade is there a little bit. The shade is boop boop boop. In the evening, your shade is long. You know. At night in the desert, also with the moon, you could even.
You have a shadow?
Of course, the moon is a very strong shadow. You never spent time in the desert?
I did one time. It was the most incredible experience of my life.
Of course, no flashlight. Here now, full moon is coming up. You guys should go now. Go camping on full moon. Amazing light, oof. And it shines. You got a beautiful camping. You go camping down here in the Kinneret. It's a very nice beach with trees. Very nice.
So,
Yeah.
worth it.
Okay. Keep on playing, Label. Keep on playing. Barav Yana נקב מגיהנום והרתיח כל העולם כולו לישב לשעה קלה. אמר הקדוש ברוך הוא, הצדיקים בצער, העולם ברווח. אברהם אבינו was in צער, he just went through מילה, והעולם ברווח. כן, לא אחוש לצער העולם ברתחתו כדי להרוויח לצדיק, שדחימים לקל אברהם. So Abraham, Hashem said, I'm going to warm up the whole world. What do I care if it warm? It's too hot for the whole world. Hashem will חמה מן הרתיקה. Imagine that the sun right now has like a certain level of heat. Imagine that now, Kadosh Baruch Hu, there's a code, or there's many stuff around the sun. My high.
Hi there.
What is this?
On Friday, I will need to change.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sit down, Rafal, come learn. Sit next to me now. Bring a chair, whatever you want. Imagine Lotzi Chama min Artika. You know what that means? The Chama, the sun. Yeah, but you told you Rabbeinu Tam Nisham. I told you today there's 3 types of time. is the Regel Zman, Rabbeinu Tam, and Rabbeinu Time. That's the Chevra, that's whenever it is. Whenever you wake up, Boker Tov. By the Ani, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it's okay. Amen. אמר הקדוש ברוך הוא, צדיקים מצער עולם ברע, ואחד הדמעת שהחימום יפה למכה. It's good. החימום יפה למכה. The heat, we know the month of May, Chodesh May, is the best month for healing. The month of May, right?
Why is that?
Because that's when right after the spring, and it's the new fresh season, and the sun is strong, and the vegetables, the earth is very, very strong after the long winter. It's the beginning, the first, like the Bechor. It's a very, very strong time. There's Vada. Wrote down, it's even in the medicine books, in the old medicine books, they used to know what times are good. Chodesh Mai, the month of Mai. The story about the Belzer Rebbe, they went to him once on Hanukkah. Hey, wait, it's almost Hanukkah. How many days?
A month.
42 days. 42?
Change.
Wow, almost Hanukkah. Label, you ready for Hanukkah? It's Hanukkah. So they went to him and they told him that there's some condition. And the doctor said, you need Mai. Only Chodesh Mai. May. In the month of May, that's it was Hanukkah, it's winter, beginning of the winter. So the Belzer Rebbe said, Mai Hanukkah. The Gemara asks, Mai Hanukkah. So he said, the koyach of Mai should be in Hanukkah. Huh? Who could say no to the Rebbe? Tzaddik Gozel, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mekayem. Because when the tzaddik that's really connected, and he says, Hashem wants the tzaddik to say good.
So interesting.
תשמעה מה ידבר האל, אדוני
Even though
ידבר
it's a whole
שלום
different
על עמו
language.
וחסידיו וישוב לחסדם. Huh?
You're saying my Hanukkah, like May as in English.
Yeah.
Wow, I have that like sometimes
Velednica
also
Rebbe.
when I'm like reading stuff and it sounds like
So the Velednica Rebbe speaks about this. I could show you inside the Sharit Sefer Sharit. Velednica Rebbe was a big tzaddik, Talmud of the Chernobyl Magid, big Baal Moifes, Vodot Hagen Aleinu, Kol Yisrael, Amen. Eretz at Chof Aleph Teves, we used to go with the yeshiva so many years. We used to go, deep winter in Ukraine, in the middle of nowhere. Velednik is nothing. In the last couple of years, they made a Lulav over there. Big Yeshuas there. Velednik, Sol Ber Velednik, Sol Ber Velednik. Because Holy Mama, Holy Nissen. Tremendous Baal Moifes. Unproportional. His whole in life was Moifsim. Tremendous Talmud Chacham, good friends with the Tzemach Tzedek. Many of the Lubavitch Chassidim, after the Tzemach Tzedek passed away, became Velednik Chassidim. There's even Torahs in the Sheres Yisrael that they don't know if the Tzemach Tzedek or him. Very style, sometimes very... Sober Velednik. So he said he has big Torahs on Belaz. Words that Rashi brings. You know, you learn Rashi, remember Rashi? Yehuda? Rashi brings Belaz, like weird, like Rosh Tevis words in ancient French. Right, you know what I'm talking about? Laz. So he says that all the Lazim is all Shemas Kedoshim and Gematrias and Avodas. He's Perushin, like Gaval from Belaz. And in other languages, what do you mean? The Gemara says, how do we know that tefillin? Right, we are tefillin. What is in our tefillin? Over here, there's one parsha with one parsha just with 4 things. Over here, it's 4 separate ones. How do we know this? How do you know this? That you put 4 separate parshas in your head? Tefillin Shel Rosh. Where it says Toitafo, it says Vayule Totafot Benenecha. What's Totafot? Ma's it Totafot? Where's this interesting answer? Tat bekatfi shtayim. Pat be'afrika shtayim. Tat, tet, in Katfi, a language called Katfi, is 2. Pat is African, 2. So when the Torah is Totafot, Pshita, what is it talking about? Half African, half Kadfi. Well, now you make 4. What are you talking about? It's the Gemara. The tzaddikim explain there's all the languages are all from Kedusha. The Chachamim knew when to pick out from what language, and how to elevate it, and how to take the pnimiyut out of every situation that you're in. Every situation that we're in is elokut. Every beauty that a yid sees in the world is godliness connected to his neshama. And the reason you see it outside, you project it on a wrong place. It's because that beauty, which is godly beauty, is in galut. It's in exile. That's why you're here in this galut, specifically in this city, in this location, here and not there. You could have been anywhere, but you're here. אמר, עד שלא מלתי, היו עוברים ושבים באים אצלי. Avraham Avinu continues, he says, listen, I was at age 100, a man, unbelievable, age 99, make Brit Milah at age 99. So this is very deep nisayon, but he says, till now, people felt close to me, people were coming to me, social, connected with the Briot. Now you're different, you're holier, or you're higher, what's... אמר לה הקדוש ברוך הוא עד שלא מלת היו בני אדם ערלים באים. Till now, came to visit you, it's true, so many people that were outside, but they were, before they did ברית מילה. עכשיו, now that you did ברית מילה, אני ובני פמליה שלי נגלים עליך. Me and all the malachim, all the angels, all the פמליה של מעלה coming to you. הדאוד הכתיב וישא עיניו וירא, והנה 3 אנשים ניצבים עליו, וירא בשכינה, וירא במלאכים, וירא, יש 2 וירא.
Where you see the Shekhinah, the Malachim?
Of course, now the Shekhinah and the Malachim, you saw them, that he was seeing the Malachim like people. You know what it means to see the Malachim like people? That means that you're at a higher level than the Malachim. These people are coming to him, they're eating him. When does a Malach eat? The father of Shimshon, Manoach, the Malach went up with the smoke, with the fire. By Avraham Avinu they came, we'll see here, it's amazing. Oh, Yehuda's taking over. Yalla, Yehuda. The music takes the Torah higher, everything goes together, right? Mm-hmm. Sensational. רואים את הקולות. אמר רבי חנינא, שמות חדשים עלו מבבל. The names of the months, ניסן, אייר, סיוון, תמוז, אב, אלול, תשרי, חשוון, כסלו, טבת, שבט, אדר. Who made these names? They came from Bavel. After Am Yisrael went in Galut, after the Beit Rishon, Bavel, 70 years. Purim, and they came back with Ezra Sofer. And that was like Yetziat Mitzrayim. Very deep. Ezra Sofer was very holy. Very deep takanot and then one of the things that came up was names of months. Shlakish Amar Shemot Malachim, also the names of the angels, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Barab Levi, אחד נדמה לו בדמות סרקי, ואחד נדמה לו בדמות נבטי, ואחד בדמות ערבי. Let's see. What did the Malachim, what did the angels that came to Avraham Avinu in this week's parsha, what did they look like? One looked like Ishmaelim. Ishmael. Or Mochrepat, some kind of baker, an Arabic baker. The second one looked like a Sapan. Rashi explains a Sapan is a sailor. A baker, an Arab baker, a sailor, and Aravi. Yoshev oil b'chutz v'nor, some kind of Bedouins. Aravi shochen ba'arava. אמר אם אני רואה ששכינה ממתנת אליהם, אני יודע שהם בני אדם גדולים. אברהם אבינו said, if I see the Shekhinah waiting for them, I know they're big people. ואם אני רואה אותם חולקים כבוד אלו לאלו, if I see them treating each other with כבוד, with respect, אני יודע שהם בני אדם מהוגנים. I know that they're fair people, that they're good people. כיוון שראה אותם חולקים כבוד אלו לאלו, the second he saw them treating each other with respect, ידע שהם בני אדם מהוגנים. Amazing. It's like, you think like big. Zohar Kadosh writes, to get to know a person, it's his actions. See, look at the relationships. You treat a person good. There should never be any damage that happens to us, through us, to anyone. Not even by mistake, not even shelo b'chavana. The relationship should be as sensitive, as kind as possible, as nice as possible, as forgiving as possible. It's kavod, to know that each one of us is tzelem Elokim. How mysterious is Hashem label? How mysterious is Hashem? Every year is just as mysterious. Nassan Braslav writes, I could write a pirush on the whole Shulchan Aruch. I could write a pirush on, I could understand all the Likutei Moharan. Torah is Kodesh, but this is a Yid, every Yid is Kodesh. I can't understand the simple Yid. Sometimes we size people up, we think we understand his motives. You saw him today, you saw him once, you saw him twice. How deep is a Yid label, huh? You want to say, ראית אדם, ראית תלמיד חכם שעבר עבירה בלילה. If you saw a תלמיד חכם committing a sin, you saw it with your eyes. The next day, don't even think, no doubt, he for sure did tshuva. For sure he did tshuva. It says, I'm an echte be'ashu, ein maspikim be'eder lasas tshuva, the Mishnah in Yuma. The pshat is very harsh. Person's as a chitzpah. Why are you doing that avera? You're counting that the tshuva is going to bail you out. I'm sure some rabbis explain it like this. We're not going to give you opening to do tshuva. No tshuva. I'll be emes, it means not. It could be also mean also some. It could be also that harsh sometimes also. It could also be. I had a pshat, and then I think I saw that Reb Nosson writes that, if I remember correctly. Someone told me that Reb Nosson said it. Omer Chtav Hashuv. Imagine the reality. What's the reality, Yehuda? The Yid is doing an Avera, and while he's doing an Avera, he's thinking, I'm going to do tshuva. It's not some thinking, I'm going to do tshuva, okay. He's thinking tshuva. It's like, En maspikin, there's no suffix. En maspikin, there's no suffix that this Yid is going to do tshuva. He's already doing tshuva in the Avera. A Yid that did an Avera, stam, 100% Avera. Many, after he did Zikudu tshuva, this Yid, Nebuch, is battling tshuva Avera. While he's doing the Avera, is have a suffix he's going to do tshuva. For sure he's doing tshuva. It's amazing. כיוון שראיתם חולקים כבוד אלו ליודע שהם בני אדם מעוגנים. Listen to this. Look at what Avraham Avinu is looking. אמר רבו, אוהל פלן של אברהם אבינו מפולש היה, the tent of Avraham Avinu. Three people that are walking in the derech, הרב באמצע, גדול בימינו וקטן משמאלו. שלושה מלאכי השרת שבאו אצל אברהם, מיכאל באמצע, גבריאל בימינו ורפאל בשמאלו. זה אמר בסמוך לגדול שם זה מיכאל. מיכאל זה כל שרן של ישראל. עניין בחסד, מיכאל מים. פלן. The doors of Avraham Avinu, there were 4 doors, but they were like see-through. So if he's sitting here, you could see them here, so you could run through the tent to the other side also. He was able to see everyone walking through. This is mefulash. Mefulash means mavoy mefulash. That means it's a. There's no. It's not like a. It's not a dead end. It's a through. Yeah. The words are very interesting. Sorry, it takes me sometimes time. I love the words because these words are very deep. It's old. This is very, very, very deep words. Dormilos is punda gadol arba ptachim. Oh, so the first opinion is mefulash. That means two. But the second one is Rav Yudan. He says it's dormilos. Dormilos is four. Dormilos, right? Would that make sense? How would that be four? Do is two. Dormilos, maybe. Like Dalet is four. Yeah, I was thinking, but more like do as in double, as in duality, because four is from the doubles. Dormilos. From dak gadol shesh lo dalet ptachim sharim, 4 gates. Dor milos is 4 gates. Milos is gates. In Latin, how do you say gate in Latin? רבי דוד אמר, אם אני רואה אותן כאן שהפליגו, אמר, אם אני רואה אותן שהפליגו את דרכם להתקרב דרך כאן, אני יודע שהם באים אצלי. ועד שראה אותם שהפליגו מיד הרץ, יקותם מפתח האוהל, ישתחו ארצה. מעט מים. Hashem told him, you said מעט מים. I'm going to give them so much מים. אז השיר בני ישראל את השירה הזאת. עלי באר הנולה. אין ארץ ישראל, ארץ נחלי מים, עיינות ותהומות, יוצאים בבקר בהר. לעתיד לבוא מנין, תלמוד לומר ביום ההוא יצאו מים חיים מירושלים. זכריה, הנביא זכריה, י"ד, teaches us ביום ההוא יצאו מים חיים מירושלים. New שפע of נשמות, new revelation of אלוקות. To learn this, Hashem's going to pour His spirit in everyone. שפוכת רוחי עליכם. מים חיים. מים חיים. You tell the angels, לחצו רגליכם, rinse your feet. I'm going to give your kids also במדבר, also ביישוב, also לעתיד לבא. I'm going to pay your kids back 3 levels. Also when they were in the midbar, on the way back from Mitzrayim. Also ביישוב, also when they got to Eretz Yisrael, and also לעתיד לבא, בעזרת השם, Mashiach comes any minute. במדבר ורחצך במים, Hashem was washing them with water. ביישוב מניין, רחצו יזכו. Hashem sends the Nevi'im to purify and to rinse Am Yisrael. Imagine, the Gemara says, the Medrash says, that when the Bet HaMikdash was around, there was never a person, a Jew, that went to sleep in Yerushalayim with a sin. Everyone was forgiven, clean. Everyone was forgiven, clean, always clean. Every night, the nation is clean. Imagine what a level that is, no? לעתיד לבוא מניין, שנאמר מרחץ עדיין הם צד בנות ציון. For everything, this is what we learned before, מעשה אבות סימן לבנים. Everything that Avraham Avinu does, even though it's very small, its effects are later on. You see, its effects are also in the midbar, meaning the attitude of how Hashem's going to treat his kids even while he's taking them out of Galut. Then how Hashem's going to treat them in Eretz Yisrael, and how Hashem is ultimately going to treat them, all stems from these little things. This is the one event in our understanding of the Pshat, but understand how deep the echoes of his decisions, of his behavior, what it's doing to his kids. It's siman. It's like, imagine a tiny little sign in the mind, in the brain, how the effects in the body. You can imagine in the seed, one little change in the DNA, the effects later on. Infinite difference, huh? This is what Hashem says. You just told them at the Malachim, Yishanu tachat ha'etz, come lean under the tree. Thank you so much, Yehuda. In the desert, anan lemasach. I'm going to give them shiva ananei kavod. Imagine we were surrounded. Which nation, which person? If you know the deserts, I don't know if you guys ever saw a desert. Deserts are mighty. You've seen an ocean, right? So imagine an ocean of sand. Like endless. You could travel for days, for weeks. Huh? Sahara Desert, the African deserts, these deserts. the sandstorms there that are equivalent to storms in the ocean. Winds, currents, yeah, woof. You could see a mountain there and come back after a year. There's no mountain there. Some storm took it away and just flattened it out. the ocean, the desert, ooh, it's the toughest survival out of all the ecosystems. I don't know, maybe ice. What's tougher, desert or ice? Desert.
Yes.
And it's Tal Mechamatol. There's nowhere to run from the heat. In the ice, you always have water. Could be people live in the Arctic. They live in minus 60, minus 70 degrees. Not normal. They live. They have kids. Babies are born there. Amazing, huh? The midbar is the desert is tough. Desert is really. See also the animals of the desert. Whoa, the trees of the desert. They could live with no water for a long time. The cactus. The cactus lives dry his whole life. They get from the sun, from the dew. The Aborigines that lived in Australia before the white man. I read a very interesting. They lived in massive deserts. Australia is a big part, massive deserts there, and they lived in those deserts. These Aborigines, thousands of years before. How would they collect water? It doesn't rain. It rains very few times a year. They used to wake up early in the morning before sunrise and wrap themselves, everyone, man, women, everyone, with these gigantic cloths, the shmatas, and they would have these high fields of weeds, and that would get dew. In the desert, at night it gets cold, and from that contrast is dew. That's one thing. And they would run through these fields, and these shmatas would get soaking with the dew, and then they would squeeze it, and that's how they had water. Amazing, huh? Desert survival is a different level. Who goes into the desert? Nobody. Imagine you see a nation, 600,000 families. It's a couple million men, women, children, cattle, sheep, donkeys, not normal, chickens, a Gaza situation. Yidden traveling with all heavy, mamas with the chalans, with the kugels, cooking. This guy is still with his yapchik. This guy's doing Mekshal Shudas. This guy Malava Malka. This guy's still doing Tashlach, Kiddush Levana. The whole situation. Everything with tons of stuff. Everyone's heavy, every year. With his family, with his kids. Who could survive in the desert? You're nuts. Imagine putting a family from Borough Park in the desert now. A toast after a couple of days. Toast.
You won't survive.
No, you survive. No, how it gets in the desert. Night it's freezing. There's animals. You can't. Nothing. There's no life. Nothing. When Am Yisrael left, the nations were shocked. Not because only the destruction of the Egyptian Empire, which was itself a marvel. Not only the Nisim of Kriyas Yamsuf, that the whole world saw all the worlds of the world split. But just to see a nation that could be, imagine as they approached Eretz Yisrael closer to the 40 years, what's the legend going on? This is a Meshiga nation. They're living, fruitful, multiplying, having children, surrounded with mysterious clouds, eating mysterious food, destroying every kingdom that they meet. The whole world is shaking. Like no one knows what's going on. 40 years. The whole world is just shaking. This is the attitude that Hashem had to Am Yisrael. Why? Because Avraham Avinu told them, come, lean under the tree. Just come to the shade. Kivyochel, in our understanding. But understand the simon, and understand in yourself the little thing that you do to someone. Here right now we're still under the echoes of this wrong thing that we said to someone. And we wish we didn't say, right? Imagine a small thing, how it echoes in someone, what it does, what it could mean in someone's life. Look from the little example in our life. A good decision that a person makes, a good midah, a good quality that a person decides. These are not small things. A human being is a repetitive, is a cycle. What you do, what you're going to do, in Yiddish they say, azoytz zibin, azoytz zibitzik. Right, mashallah? What you do is you do. That's what you do. What you do at 7, you're going to do at 70. It's amazing. That's what we see. People, they behave when they're older. Why do they behave that way? It's product of years of behavior. It's habits. And a person can make little changes when they're young. That's what the Imam Melech writes, at age 18 is such an amazing, amazing age. Because Adam Nivala Shabera Teva, to take in your personality, to make little adjustments when you date. That's Maisa Avos, you're still in your Avos, you're still in your prime age. That becomes a Siman Labanim. This becomes later on in your life. Your whole life becomes upgraded from these good decisions to infinite levels. Who you're going to marry, how you're going to raise your kids, your attitude to life, to the world, your attitude to success, your attitude to failure, your attitude to the right things, all these things. Ba'aretz minayim, b'sukkot yeshvu shivat yamim. We have this mitzvah of sukkahs, v'schus that Avram Avinu told the malachim, v'shanu tachat ha'etz, lean under the tree. So we also lean for 7 days under the schach. L'atid lavo minayim, what's going to be when Mashiach comes? L'atid lavo. B'sukkah tiyeh letzel yomam michorev. It's going to be a constant sukkah. We say before Salem Sukkat Shlomecha. Means the sukkah was going to be Achman Yakim Lanu Sukkah David Anofelet. The sukkah won't fall anymore. The sukkah everyone knows is Gematria 91, which is Chavav Samech Hey. Chavav is Yud 26, Yud Kevav Kei, and Samech Hey is Shem Adnut, Aleph Daled Nun Yud. Right? You know this? 65.
So what is it about?
Aleph Daled Nun and Yud. When you look at Hashem's name, we don't say Yud Kevav Kei. You say Adonai. Correct? That's Hashem's name. But you're looking at Yud and the letter Hey and the letter Vav and the letter Hey, which is Yud is 10, Hey is 5, 6, 5 is 26. So I'm looking at both of them. So my machshava is remembering the Metziut of Hashem. This is the real name of Hashem. But right now in the world is not in a state of purity to call that name. In the Bet HaMikdash, the Kohen Gadol would say that name. Would call that name, and Taka, everyone would bow down. That's why we bow down on Yom Kippur. And Taka Hashem would answer on that day, and the string would turn white. So when the situation is fitting, when the state of the nation is in purity, and we're ready to receive the answer from Hashem, and the communication is open, the relationship is healthy, then we call that name by the name. We don't say Adonai. Now we say Adonai because we can't say that name. Yeah? So the Sukkah, the time of Sukkah is the time of the Ushpizin. It's a very, very holy time. That's the time that Hashem reveals. There's a very big yichud, a very big influence in the higher worlds between the world that's called Yud Kevavke and the world that's called Adonai, which is in the Kabbalah called Zeir Anpin v'Nukbeh. The very high worlds in Olam HaAtzilut that the Borei Olam creates, and He creates us parallel to them. The Adam, the Isha Israeli, the Israel, Zeir Anpin is called Israel. We're created like Zeir Anpin, which is a Partzuf in Olam HaAtzilut.
Probably such an interesting world.
And your wife is parallel to Malchut Atzilut. You're one Neshama. And without Hashem, when you all get married, you get to the Yichud of Zeir Anpin, and everything you do, Hashem Yichud, Kud, Shabrichu, Ushchinte. Every mitzvah that we do when I take my thoughts, when I take my speech, my action, which is my Malchut, which is my ability, which is my ability to choose, to express. And when I connect it to the Torah Kedusha, and I'm doing this in order that also in Shamayim and the Shoresh and the real worlds that are parallel exactly to the world that we're in. Also right now, the same way I'm choosing this Yichud, I'm choosing to take my strengths and to connect into Hashem. Also, there should be Yichud, Kuchavrichu, Shkenta, and whatever in Shamayim. Hashem Kol Yisrael. Wherever Yisrael in all the worlds. Don't think, when you say Hashem Kol Yisrael, don't just think about Yidden, don't think any image. Kol Yisrael. Israel is Israel in many, many worlds. There's infinite worlds, and all the worlds have Israel. There's so many ways of Israel. Just think Israel. It's such a schut to be Israel. Such a schut. Huh? Israel, yeah, it's the Da'at, sort of the Da'at of Kol HaOlamot. You said I'll take a little bread, and as you have a guest in your house, you give him a little this, a little that. For you, it could be a little this, a little that. You know what this is for this person? Who knows? Who knows? From good place, the Gemara says that when a person gives tzedakah to a poor man, he gets 6 brachas. The Gemara counts the brachas there. But if a person takes a little extra to look at him, to listen to him, and to say something nice to him, something meaningful to him, he gets 11 brachas. That means that to really, like chapat lechem, look how deep these things are. You take, a guest comes to your house, you give him 1 slice of bread with 1 thing, with 1 cup of water. Maybe he's very hungry, you don't know. Take more chapat lechem to give him, to give ayin tova, to give ayin yafa. You never know where you see a person. Sometimes it's not the food, sometimes it's someone cares about me. Someone cares about me. It's not something that Jewish mothers show their emotions to food, huh, Maishallah?
Mm-hmm.
They love you so much, I'm gonna cook for you so much. It's true. But how much love do you feel through the food? Wow. Chicken soup is not just give out, it's so full of love. Smell, when you come home, when you wake up in the morning, Maishallah, Thursday.
Wow, the house smells like challah.
Challah, fish, chicken.
It smells so good.
Hashem should send you a good wife that should cook the most delicious Shabbos food. And bake Gevalt Chalas and Kokish cake and all get this out. For all you guys, the best. L'sha Adonai le'achsaru kol tov. Chapat lechem, Adonai el Moshe, hineni mamtir lechem lechem min hashamayim. That all the man, 40 years man that Hashem gave, the little bread that Avraham Avinu gives the malachim. In Eretz Yisrael, Eretz Chita u'seora v'gefen v'teina v'rimon, Eretz Yishem v'dvash. Why? Chapat lechem, he gave a little bread. L'atid lavo, when Mashiach comes, what's going to be? Yehi pisad bar ba'aretz. It's going to be a shefa, unbelievable shefa, like the Tehillim Ayin base. Over there, it's Shlomo, at the time of this describing of the ultimate tikkun. You want to bring Tehillim? We look Tehillim Ayin base. Tehillim Ayin base, that's what we should see inside. I have a Tehillim. Okay, thank you. But if I could trouble you by my place, there's a red Tehillim there with the Mefarshim, please. And, okay. Thank you so much, Yehuda.
Of course.
Oh, okay, the different things. I have like 5 different things. Tehillim is unbelievable. It's the ocean of the oceans. For me.
What's for dinner, boys? Kebab? Mendy's?
This if you want. You know what it is? It's inside of the candy. See-through. Feel a crystal. Tight.
Tastes like sabon.
No water?
There's water in the
Not really, I think.
machine.
Wow.
Okay.
Steak.
Which chicken you have right here? 30 shekels.
Salad. Salad too.
You put just cucumbers and whatever you get in salad, you put
grilled
it in a
chicken
sandwich.
and the salad on the side with grilled chicken instead.
What is that?
Yes, we went for supper.
I hope to start getting food from Mendy's.
Huh?
Why don't you guys make chicken here? Don't mind. Making for the price you buy, you can make yourself a whole
You
situation.
have to wait for the defrost.
Here's the frost.
Chef Maishela, you have Chef Maishela over here on the rocking the house. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead. Maisha works on a different time as well.
This week I'm gonna make interesting food over here.
Interesting food week?
Yeah, very interesting food.
Okay, good. Interesting food week is good. שלמה אלוהים משפטך למלך תן צדקך לבן מלך דינך. look at Rashi, פיסת בר, לשון פיסיון תוספת וריבוי. רבותינו פירשו לשון גלוסקאות. Over here the Gemara darshans that עתידה ארץ ישראל להוציא גלוסקאות, that the trees in Eretz Israel are going to bring out loaves of bread already whole. Right now the grain isn't the grain. You have to take it and grind it and sift it and bake it. No. Bread. Oh, angles is titzach. We're learning a little bit about Mashiach. That's going to be bread growing from the trees. Kol ha-mizmor b'melech ha-Mashiach. Mizmor Ayin Bet is all discussing Mashiach. דבר אחר, פיסת בר, לשון רצון, כמו פליה שהבריות מתפייסים ומתרצים את המקום כשנותן סובה בעולם. When I put Shem puts sova, then people are happy. סובה בעולם. ירעש כלבנון פריו, חיטים. גסין כפירות האילן, ככליות השור. נותנו דרשו כלו כל אלו תפילות דוד לכלול כל הספר על שם דוד, אף מה שכתוב בני כוח בעשרה זקנים, השם שנקרא נעים זמירות ישראל, יש לפתור כלו כמו נסתיימו, כמו רום מעט שמו שמיים, כן, הוא לא נכתב במזמור מקומו ומקדם מחר בספר, אלוהים שדע זקנתו שמליך את שלמה, אמר beautiful. This David HaMelech wrote this Mizmor about Shlomo HaMelech, his son. אמר רב יהודה הלוי ברב שלמה, זה נקרא, הוא זה צדיק, זה הקדוש ברוך הוא, כי צדיק אדוני צדקות. אם יש לנו זכות, אם יש בידינו מעשים טובים, הוא נותן לנו משלנו. כולה צדקה וחסד הוא עושה לנו משלו. יש צדיק גדול מזה הקדוש ברוך הוא. If we have a זכות, he gives us another זכות. But if not, he gives us צדקה. That's how it is. אמרו צדיק כי טוב. When הקדוש ברוך הוא created the world, every day it said, וירא אלוהים כי טוב. When Hashem created, finished מעשה בראשית, said, וירא אלוהים בכל אשר עשה מן הטוב מאוד. ממש מאוד, יש... אמר דוד ריבונו של עולם, תן משפטיך לבן מלך. He's davening for Shlomo. He says Shlomo is going to have to judge the nation. כשם שאתה דן ולא עדים ולא התראה. The same way, הקדוש ברוך הוא, you're the only one that could judge without witnesses and without warning. You could tell Hashem what to do, and Hashem knows everything. כך יש שלמה דן בלא יודעים ובלא התראה. Also Shlomo should have that ability. אבל הקדוש ברוך הוא, כך הוא עושה. שנאמר, וישב שלמה על כיסא אדוני. וכי אפשר לבשר ואדם לשב על כיסא אדוני. וכתיב כורסי השביבין, דינו גלגלוי נור דליק. It says in Daniel, the chair of Hashem is fire. כיסא, how could human beings sit on this כיסא? מהו על כיסא? שידן כיוצרו בלא יודעים ובלא התראה. That's what it says. The first challenge of Shlomo HaMelech is two nashim zonot. Tavona shtayim nashim zonot el HaMelech. Two nashim, either prostitutes or they had a hotel, but either way they were sleeping in one room. Both had babies. One of them woke up in the morning, her baby was dead. Each one says, the dead one is yours, the live one is mine. Two ladies, two mamas screaming. This is the good morning court of the king of Israel, Shlomo. Who were these people? Rav Amar Ruchot Hayu ve'idmi lenashi. Rav says there were spirits that they looked like women. Ruchot. Shmuel Amar Zonot mamash hayu. They were mamash zonot. Rabbi Nahman בר שם רבי אמר יבמות היו די יבמס תאמר אישה בידונים וזאת אומרת לא כי בניך מת ובני החי. זאת אומרת זה בני החי ובניך מת. When the king heard this, the king said, bring the sword, תביאו חרב. ואומר המלך גזרו את הילד החי לשניים, cut the child to two. התחיל פיו נובע חוכמה. The mouth of Shlomo started pouring out wisdom. ואמר, and he said, צפה הקדוש ברוך הוא saw, שהדין הזה עתיד לבוא לפניי, that this judgment will come in front of me, לפיכך ברא לאדם הזה שתי עיניים, that's why he created man, 2 eyes, שתי אוזניים, 2 ears, שתי נקבי חותם, 2 nostrils, שתי ידיים ושתי רגליים, 2 hands and 2 feet. התחילו לומר, גזרו את הילד החי לשניים. Each one take half. Interesting, the deep wisdom. אמר רבי יהודה בר אילאי, אילו הייתי שם, if I was there, ביקריני הייתי נותן על צווארו, לא די אחד שמת אלא שציווה לשני שיגזר. ששלמה שעומד לו תמיד הוא היא אמו, מינה ידה, אלא באה יצתה בת קול אמרה היא אמו. That was the bat call that came out in Shlomo HaMelech and said he imo. That was the wisdom that he had at that time to make that decision. מלך המשיח. כל מקום שאין דין יש דין. אמר רב אלעזר, כל מקום שאין דין יש דין. Wherever there is no din, there is din. בכל מקום שיש דין, אין דין. Wherever there is din, there's no din. כיצד? בזמן שבית דין עושה דין מלמטה, when בית דין does דין in the lower world, אין הדין בשמיים, there's no דין בשמיים. בזמן שאין דין למטה, when there's no דין למטה in the lower world, יש דין בשמיים. הקדוש ברוך הוא יושב עליהם בדין וגובה מהם. הקדוש ברוך הוא sits in דין and collects. בשעה שהדין בארץ, but when there's דין in the הארץ, אומר הקדוש ברוך הוא, מה יש לי לעשות? הוא אומנותי. אמר כי אלוהי משפט. שלום עליכם. אם נטלתם אומנותי, אני מבקש אומנות אחרת. If you guys take my art, what's my art? My art is אם בחוקותיי תלכו ומצוותיי תשמרו. If you take my art, I do משפט, I do justice, I'm real, צדק. If you take my thing, you do דין למטה, you took my אומנות.
You have a lighter?
I take a different אומנות. ונתתי גשמכם בעיתם. My אומנות is to give you guys שפע. If you take my אומנות of truth, of din, of doing truth, then I'm going to take my other, I have a different job. I'm going to give you guys, ונתתי גשמכם בעיתם, על הגשמי, is all the chef I'm going to give you. בעיתם, that's the So deep, so deep, so deep. This is exactly connected to Levi, where we were learning this morning about Zman, the creation of time, that it's Adam and Behema. Also gematria Uman, Aleph Vav Mem Nun. That's Uman, a craftsman. He knows to put chomer, to take every chomer to give it tzura. What's a craftsman? You give it raw material, you can make form. What's a block of gold worth? It's not money. What's jewelry worth? Forget about it. Huh? Why? It's tzura. That's the uman. The uman knows that's the deep umanu. The deep craftsman is how to connect the nefesh and the nefesh elokit and nefesh be'emit. It's called the uman. That's the gematria zman. That's the umanut of Hashem. כיוון שנעשה דין ויהיו סוהרים, שלום לעם וגבוהות בצדקה, וכי ערים נושאים שלום וגבוהות בצדקה. Do mountains carry peace? Or carry צדקה לזמן שהפירות מועטים מריבה בעולם. When the fruits are little, there's fights in the world. כדם, כיצד? אדם נכנס לכרמו של חברו, a man walks into his friend's vineyard. He says, what are you doing in my vineyard? They start fighting. בזמן שהפירות מרובים בעולם, when there's so many fruits in the world, עין טובה בעולם ושלום בעולם. There's a good vision, there's a good eye, the shalom. שנאמר היה ביום ההוא, נאום אדוני צבאות, תקראו איש לרעהו על תחת גפן ותחת עיניים. Here we go. יפיסת בר בארץ. רב חייא בר אסי בשם רבי יוחנן אמר עתיד ארץ ישראל שתהיה מוציאה גלוסקאות וכלי מילטין. That the land will bring out already gluskaot to put kli miltin. It means already like wool, like clean wool. Right now, look how many processes. If you look at the Lametes Malachos of Shabbos, right, the Mishnah in Shabbos, Perek Zayin, Lametet Melachot Shabbat, right. So there's 11 processes till you get bread, from grain to bread, and how many processes from the wool on the sheep till you're wearing a shirt? Many, right? You have to shear it, you have to clean it, you have to comb it, you have to weave it, you have to make strings, and you have to make knitting. Tutzach, huh? How much? Just look how much the chomer, look how much tikkun, how much tzura it needs, right? If the Adam, the man, he completes everything. He brings the tzura into the chayim. Same way in your life, you shape your own animalistic in a holy way through your own higher, through your Adam, also in the world. Adam u'be'emat Hoshea Adonai. That's the sod of Zman. That's all. That's really, mamash, the real tikkun. That's to make ba'agalau bizman kariv, to make time. Time is very deep. Time is not one medium. Time could be, one person could be living 70 years and another person in one day goes down 70 years. Same thing in wisdom. Some people that could know so much. If one person, it's one thought in their mind, everything they know. Some people hold out tzlacha in life. For one rich man, it's like not even 1 hour of his work. Those ratios exist. ישמע לעולם שלו איתם טעם איתה. וואו. This is the Medrash says in the Midrash in Eicha. Al-Ele ani buchiyam kirachak ממני Menachem Meshiv Nafshi. Menachem, Shmo Shel Mashiach is Menachem. The Medrash says 7 names. Yinon, one of the names is Yinon. Yud Nun Vav Nun. Yinon, name of Mashiach. שבעה דברים היו קודם שנברא העולם, כיסא הכבוד, שם משיח, תורה, ישראל, גן עדן וגיהנום, תשובה ובית המקדש. So David Melech had davened that Shlomo Melech should not die. Shloi tam tam mitan, not Shloi tam tam mitan. Very interesting. The Sfarim Kedoshim write that the generation of Mashiach itself, that physical generation of Mamash will like have the zchut. The Vay Hashem should have the Rachmanis on our generation. Always say Amen, always say Amen, always hope for this. Mamash, there's nothing more valuable for us to want than the Geula. Anything you could ever imagine needing, wanting is a drop in the bucket, and the beauty of what the Geulah is and the redemption it's going to bring to every part of the whole creation, to every emotion, to every person. Kamayim le'amachasim. It's going to cover like the water covers the ocean. I mean, it's like a deep mikveh. It's the water is the rachamim, is the chasadim of Hashem. It's going to cover the yam. The yam is the sod of the Rashaim. The yam is chomer bli tzura. Yam is the ocean. It's the chaotic waters. The Rashaim kiyam nigrash. And tzadikim is formation. It's tzura. The mayim, which means the chesed of Hashem, is going to cover the yam. It's going to cover the kamayim layam echasim. Yeah. So let's see over here a little bit. So all this is b'schus what? Avraham Avinu. We'll stop here, but there's a very amazing, you have to see it, where the Zohar speaks about. It says, Ve'ela bakar ratz Avraham, Avraham Avinu ran to the bakar. Bakar means cattle, cows. Bakar bet kuf resh. The Zohar says that it's ela kever. It's the same letters as kever. And in this amazing Zohar, what amazing Zohar. We have to learn it. Wow, what amazing Zohar. That he ran after this cow, and this cow ran till Ma'arat HaMachpelah. And when he got to Ma'arat HaMachpelah, he smelled the smell of Gan Eden, and he went in. And when he went in, he knew that this place was Gan Eden, and he knew that he wants to be buried there. And from the day that the second he went into Ma'arat HaMachpelah, his whole life he wanted to go back into this place. He knew that that's where Adam and Chava were buried. When he came in, Adam stood up, and they had a whole conversation. They spoke. Adam was so embarrassed of Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu was the tikkun of Adam. Very deep. Daven for him, they speak. Very deep. Ephron, we're going to learn next week's parsha. Ephron he owned the field. He hated that field. That means that something could be a diamond by someone hates it. By another person, it's like you could have Gan Eden by you, but if you're not...
I'm just saying, one man's trash, another man's
But he had it by him, Ma'aras HaMachpelah, by this Rosh, and he hated it. He was creepy, he was creeped out, he was not connected to this place at all. Avraham Avinu, the second he got there, it means that the treasure waits for its owner. Don't worry, where's my treasure? The treasure is waiting for you. Even if it's somewhere else, that person doesn't connect. No one can connect to something if it's not theirs. And that's why people should not look to become bigger and bigger and try to be bigger and bigger. Because if it's not yours, you're not going to be shuvadat. It's going to be not proportional with your essence, with your being. It's not going to l'maisa bring you to simcha. As Ashir Samech Bechelko. Bechelko. What's mind Chelko? Whatever's good for you. Hashem should give us the shuvadat, the simcha, the emunah, the chesed, the rachamim, geula. Just get a geula. Hashem mekabetz simcha amo Yisrael, bring us all together and heal us, and love us, and shower us, and show us every word of the Navi fulfilled. Every word of Yeshaya and Yecheskel and Amos and Yonah and Tzfanya and Obadiah, everyone. All the Yidden. So every Yid's going to see everything. Hashem's not embarrassed to show himself. He's going to show himself with flashing colors. Every Yid. Imagine the first experience when Am Yisrael left Mitzrayim was mass prophecy. Highest level prophecy. Zeh Livan Veo, babies in their mother's womb. Shifcha, women, everyone saw. Zeh Livan Veo. When Mashiach comes, everyone's going to see everything. Chaim, Chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei nefashot rabot v'chesronam al kol ma שבראת וחיות בהם נפש כל חי ברוך חי העולמים. Lady, productive day with the art department. Keep up. Okay, good.
Start to do it.
Good. As long as you feel good. That's what productive means. You don't look at results. If you feel good, you feel expressive, that's productive. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's it's like good, like the starter, but the results in your hand is not the real indication of a good day of success. Breakthroughs, it's coming, very deep stuff. Huh? Tzfas Torah.